The Wealthy Teacher show brought to you by the Philanthropreneur Foundation, building capacity of nonprofits through education, awareness, and resources. Also sponsored by Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce, vegashealthfitnesschamber.com. And also the Philanthropreneur Foundation Training Center, where we bring you nuts and bolts NPO training. Funding Fundamentals with Linda Lizakowski, ACFRE, Lunch and Learn series, and the Philanthropreneur Peer Circle. You can find all of these at philanthropreneur-foundation.eventbrite.com. And welcome to the Wealthy Teacher Show. I'm your host, Dr. Victoria Boyd, and I am extremely excited to be able, first of all, just be back with you today because, you know, it's been cold. What is this weather here in Las Vegas? Somebody was talking about we've had all 5 seasons here in the last 3 days, okay? I have on boots today. I'm in Vegas. What is the problem with this? Okay, that was my vent. I was getting it out of my system, so now I can relax and enjoy myself. But the Wealthy Teacher Show brought to you by the Philanthropreneur Foundation, which really supports nonprofits in their efforts and goals. And we are extremely happy to have on to the show today someone, actually I've been trying to get on the show for a little while, but I made it. Here she is. Miss Augusta Massey. Yes, Esquire. Esquire.
Thank
yes,
you.
You are a lawyer in the Las Vegas community, but before we get into all that business stuff,
Okay.
let's talk about Augusta. Augusta. Are you originally from Las Vegas? Nobody's from Las Vegas.
Right, I was like,
Why do I even ask that
those
question?
people are unicorns.
Unicorns. Okay.
They barely exist.
Barely, that's true. And when I see them, okay. I think they do have that. So,
They do.
where do you hail from?
All right, so originally I am from Nigeria, which is in West Africa.
Yes.
And I tell people I'm from Nigeria via Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
Go Memphis. And then I landed here in Las Vegas for the last 11 years.
11 years. So, how did you get? I mean, Nigeria.
I know.
You know, that's an odd combination. What really brought you here?
Okay, so I came for school, and
Okay.
I never left. So
Okay.
I came here for college.
Okay.
Memphis is a great town for that. Great food, great people, hospitality. And then I finished school and decided I wanted to practice law. And I came out to Vegas, I want to say about 2004, fell in love with Las Vegas.
Okay.
I was downtown, and there was a law firm there, and I said, you know, that's the law firm I'm going to work for. And I put it out there, you know, into the universe.
Your vision board.
I did. I really did. I was like, and I went back, I wrote, I was going to graduate, go to Las Vegas, going to practice law there, and I did.
Okay.
So I interned during law school
Okay.
here in Las Vegas, and my final year of law school, I was packing my bags, you know, and taking my final exams, but I had my offer, came straight to Las Vegas, and I haven't left since.
That's
I love
wonderful.
it here.
Okay. I mean, you either love it or you hate it.
That is true.
You know, and I love it. It's just, it sort of fits my personality. Wild and whatever.
And
But
fantastic, debonair.
oh, well, okay, I'll take all of that. So you started practice. What is, did you transition? Because I know a lot of lawyers start
Yes.
in one sort of field and then evolve into their niche.
Absolutely.
So did you take that same path?
I did, and that's a great question. So, and I'm going to relate it back to
Okay.
business because
Absolutely.
I love business and entrepreneurship,
Okay.
right? This ability to always pivot, to always reinvent, to always be new. When I first started out, I started out in bankruptcy, which is still my first love.
Oh, okay.
But you have to understand, I
I
graduated.
don't think we need to talk yet, but
A lot of people say, I don't need your services now. But I graduated in 2008. So that was ground zero, middle of the recession.
Oh,
so
yes, yes.
it was, how they say in Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, right? So it was a great time to earn my stripes in bankruptcy law,
Yes.
which I love. Creditor work, debtor
Okay.
work, you know, Chapter 7 bankruptcies, Chapter 13s.
Okay.
And so that's where I started out.
Okay.
And since then, I have evolved into doing more business and business law.
Trying to keep them from
Getting
to,
exactly.
I see
you get the
story.
wheels turning,
Yeah.
and so I tell people I practice in the B's. I start you out in business, and I mean, if it comes down to it, and we have to bankrupt it, then that's what we have to do. So
Okay.
from birth of your business to the end, if that is what is called for, and so an in between.
I totally get it, because a lot of the work I do is taking individuals who have a very strong passion,
Yes.
that vision, and help them see how they can start a nonprofit. So I'm
Absolutely.
starting a nonprofit business. I don't even call it a nonprofit. I call it the for-purpose business. So we're really aligned in what we do, because even if you are a for-purpose business, you have to do that business plan and file the proper paperwork. So it's amazing that, we're so parallel in that aspect of it. No, I don't have the Juris Doctorate degree.
She has more than that. Don't listen to this. This one has all kinds of degrees. I think at this point you have an honorary Juris Doctorate.
I'll take it. No, my degree is in organizational management and development. So it's very similar. I just don't deal with the legal ramifications of, all of the specific contracts and stuff, which is needed.
I'll say I consider you a midwife, right? Or anyone who births something new.
I help
push the dream out.
Yeah, I help you launch and take your vision to reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it is from vision to reality that I help people see. Many times they're trying to go too fast.
Yes.
And many times their vision is sort of going down the wrong path, and I actually tell them it's not the time to start this at this time. You need to rethink it and really what it's about.
Refine it.
Also, I make them do a market feasibility study.
They need to. And that is the part a lot of people skip out.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you run a business for a purpose or for profit without knowing your numbers, without marketing, without telling people what you're doing?
That part of it, but what's your competition?
Right.
Because the nonprofit industry is so competitive in terms of what they're doing, in some sectors there's an overload of nonprofits serving that same, and so my question to them is always, what makes you unique?
Exactly.
What service are you providing that is not out there?
Absolutely.
And so some have to step back and say, well, I'm doing like what, so I said, but if they're already doing it, why don't you go volunteer over there? Go do that work over there.
Expand it. Elevate them.
Help them.
Yes.
So it's interesting that we are both coming from the same platform.
Yes.
The vision.
Yes.
But we sort of take different paths to get there. So as now that you have evolved, you're helping entrepreneurs, individuals. Do you help businesses restructure maybe, or?
I do that, and I do that more of a consulting basis.
Okay.
So every now and then I'll get, that request for, we're not a startup. We've been in business for a while, but we're just not growing.
Okay.
Or, there's been a shift now in management, and people have been, reshuffled around.
Right.
As you know, Vegas is a very transient
Yes.
city, so people
Turnover,
come and go. There's high turnover, and Bob may have been doing a great job, but now Bob is gone.
Yeah.
What do we do? Yeah. So I get a lot of that to come in and audit the business and see places where we can make it more stronger and how we can restructure, at least with the people that we have.
I do that same thing on the nonprofit side. Yeah, it's assessment of their strengths, and the strategic plans. SWOT.
The SWOT analysis.
Yes. SWOT.
I know.
Yeah.
Every time I think about that, don't you ever think about the SWAT team? They're like, oh, shit,
Well, basically, that's what we're doing. We're coming in to clean up.
That is true.
Coming in to clean it up.
I should start wearing like a SWAT shirt.
Let's make some SWAT
we
shirts.
should, like a SW. We should.
Massey and Boyd.
But look, we dressed alike today. We were like Men in Black, the SWAT team. I think we got this down.
Okay, we got it down. Okay, so let's get back to business. Okay. So you are helping individuals that want to start a business. So what would be some of those steps? Do you do the business license? Do you tell them you need to be a LLC or S Corp or a C Corp or a B Corp or a nonprofit. If you get the nonprofit, you get
I send them to you.
Yeah.
I don't do the nonprofit. She is a master. And it goes back to where we're saying, why do what someone else is doing?
Right, yeah.
I stay in my lane. That's what makes me unique.
What is your lane? Tell me your lane.
So my lane is I love helping business start up. And it takes there are a variety of things that I do, and I'll talk about at least 3 of those things. Okay. The first one is coaching them in the beginning. Because just like you said, what is your vision? What have you done this study?
Yes.
Do you have a business plan? Do you need a business
The
plan?
initial guidance.
The initial guidance is so important. And right now I've developed a course. It's going to be out by next month. And it just works them.
And what's the name of that course?
It's called The Legal Advantage.
I
love it.
Yeah.
It's the legal advantage. And it just talks about the what, the why, the who, and the how of starting up a business. So it's almost like homework. Like, you want to start a business? Great.
Is this training course going to be at the training center?
Ooh, we could talk about that. I like it. Gotta take your notes. But yes, I will be calling you after the show. But yeah, so that's the initial one, the initial coaching. And then after that, once we know what we're doing, the next question is, what are your licensing requirements?
Yeah.
Because you need a license to be able to operate at least in a great silver state, right?
Yes, and even though I've been doing nonprofits for years, by even opening the brick and mortar,
and I love your
space.
Yes,
there were things I hadn't even thought of because I had never had to do the city license and this and that, and the fire extinguisher permit, and I'm like, all
these inspections that you have to go through, and putting your license in the right place, and the laws keep changing.
Yeah.
And so what you know today might not work tomorrow because the laws just keep changing and they evolve because the businesses keep growing and things keep happening. So that's why an attorney is important for that piece of work.
Absolutely.
And then after the license and stuff, what I like to do is I like to talk about legacy. So now that we know, I really want to, I have my why, I know what I'm doing, and now I have my license. What legacy am I leaving? Because that's what makes you keep coming back every
And that's what
day.
makes you a philanthropreneur.
Exactly.
Okay, that is the whole foundation of my foundation, being a philanthropreneur. Yes, you're an entrepreneur, but how can you, and you must in this day and age, add that whole legacy. Some people call it legacy. Some people just giving back to the community. Some people call it their passion project. Whatever that might look like, there is a place for it in your business.
Yes.
It should be strategically planned. And the entire, especially if you're using it as a marketing platform, yes, you can follow your passion and just create a foundation or make sure that some of what you're doing is going to what you love.
Right.
Whether it's an already existing nonprofit
or your own.
Or your own. You can create that. But there's many different ways that you can do that. But there's also strategic ways that you can leverage your business by looking at which nonprofit has a congruence of interest in terms of their target audience.
Look at that word, congruence of interest. I love it. We should trademark that.
It is, honey. That's the philanthropreneur model. No, the philanthropreneur model is using leveraging business to get ROI using congruence of interest, impact investing, and meaningful marketing.
I love it.
Those are the 3 pillars of it.
I love it.
And that's really when you have them set up their business, to then think about, so what is the legacy, whether it's the legacy of the business itself? Do you have a succession plan?
Exactly.
Are you looking at maybe selling it in the future? Do you have it set up so when you are ready to sell it, it's sellable? Or is it something that you might want to make sure as it grows and makes big profits? We always say big profits.
We want big money.
That a percentage of that might go to your favorite cause.
Absolutely.
That's being a philanthropreneur.
I love it.
Yeah, so you can use that.
I give you permission. I gotta steal that. You guys heard it here first. She said I could borrow it.
Well, that's the whole platform that
it is.
I live off of, and what the foundation of what has grown with the Philanthropreneur Foundation. And we'll be celebrating 5 years of doing that in September. So I'm really excited.
Woo!
Yeah.
Are we having a big party? I'll bring cake.
I'm thinking about it.
We should.
That's a lot of work. Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, food trucks and all that
I
stuff.
know. It sounds doable.
Yeah.
But like you said, though, we're both approaching things from different angles, but
Yes.
the exact same way.
So you gave the 3 different points that they should think about.
Yes.
You wrote a book.
I did.
Yes, here it is. Boss Up. I love Boss Up.
I know, right?
Boss
Like,
up.
what are you doing? Boss
know,
up.
Do what you're supposed to do. How to start and run your own successful business.
Absolutely.
It's interesting that you wrote it from a lawyer's perspective, because many times it's just, oh, I own this business and I did this and this
Yeah.
is how I did it. But you're really coming from a legal perspective that makes people think, and I don't want to use the word strategically,
Yes.
but making sure that all of their ducks in a row so they won't get in trouble or prevent trouble or even ward
Ward
off
trouble.
Yes, you know, the whole concept of contracts, because I read some of your
Yeah.
website. You know, make sure those contracts are
Yes.
serving you,
Yes.
which is very, you know, even small entrepreneurs like myself just consult, you know, the value of actually saying, yes, I have a contract I need you to sign.
Yes.
Not just, thank you, let's do business.
Handshake, you know, hey,
You know,
this works.
I have found early on that contract was so necessary. So just a few pointers why we need a contract.
I'm so glad you asked that question. I love contracts for several different reasons, but one of the greatest reasons, it provides clarity. In the beginning, you want to know, what are your duties? What are my duties? What are we trying to achieve here?
Yes.
And so it really forces everyone to get out of their head and on paper
Yes.
what, you
Yes.
know, we are coming together to do.
I'm glad you say clarity, because many people think, oh, it's just to protect, you know,
No.
don't have to do that. No, it helps define what I call scope of services.
Exactly.
Because my contract is the standard blah, blah on the page 1.
But still.
And then on the second page, I have what is called Exhibit A.
I love it.
Scope of services.
Absolutely.
And that's the page that will change for every client.
Yes.
Because until I do an assessment and know what it is you want, and if I can help you with that,
Right.
I can't draft how I can help you and
Absolutely.
what services are available. So that's why
Absolutely.
scope of services, Exhibit A, you know.
I love it. Exhibit A, Your Honor. She signed here.
Well, it's I think when people open it or start looking at it, the paradigm of, oh, she's serious.
And that's the second thing. It adds a sense of seriousness and professionalism, really,
Yes.
to your dealings.
Yeah.
Because people then say she's serious, and then they take this seriously.
Yes.
And they treat it with the seriousness, the weight that it deserves.
Yes.
And besides that, then we get into the protection, right?
Yes.
Because now we have a paper that clearly defines what everyone's expectations are. And so if anything goes awry for whatever reason, now you have protection for you and your business and protecting that legacy that we talked about in the beginning.
Absolutely. So all of these details, listeners, I hope you're paying attention. These are all small components that you have to put together in order to create a solid foundation.
Absolutely.
And I know sometimes we just jump off that cliff and say, I'll figure how to do it once I land, or on the way down. But some areas of launching your own business, you really need to be meticulous about certain things. And I believe that's why your book really points out those particular things that you better pay a little bit closer attention to protect yourself, but also give you the framework for growth.
Absolutely.
For success. And that's why I love, your own successful business, not just how to start a business,
right,
but how to start and run your own successful business.
Absolutely.
So that's important. But you are also a philanthropreneur.
Yes.
Because you constantly give back to the community via the legal industry or the arena, that demographics, because you do a lot of things with the Las Vegas National Bar Association. There we go. That's their logo that's going to come up. I always like to give all of our organizations in the community a little PR there.
Yes,
You know.
thank you.
So you are vice president
Yes.
of the board. Woohoo! And tell us, give us a little history of the Las Vegas National Bar. I know I've heard it and worked with Nevada Bar Association. So give us a little background of this one.
Just a little bit background. The National Bar Association is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, association of African American attorneys in the country. So in the beginning, you know, with all the history that we have as Americans, African American attorneys were not, you know, allowed to practice, and then when they were not admitted to bars. So this is the premier organization for African American attorneys, and the Las Vegas chapter is the only chapter that we have in the state.
Wow.
So we do a lot of good in the community, civil rights, civil information. We try and get out there and actually serve our community through our programming, and we serve our members too as well through CLEs and other events that we have planned throughout the year. And our signature program is the gala that we have once a year, and this year is going to be on November 2nd, and we use that to fundraise and raise money for law students, because it's really important that we have more.
How do you help law students? What do you do?
So we mentor law students. We fundraise to get scholarship money because
it's needed.
It's very much needed. You know how much this law tuition
Just
is.
tuition, period.
Just tuition. But we need to constantly have students in the pipeline.
Yeah, absolutely.
For us to continue to have representation of people who look like us and can speak out for us and be at tables like this, we need more students in the pipeline. So we are very much committed to that, and our gala is the vehicle that we use every year to raise a huge amount of money for scholarships. This year is going to be spectacular because it's our 30th year anniversary, so you know we got to do it big.
Yes, absolutely. You like a party. Anyway.
I really do. Life is great. Life is fun.
Why not party?
Why not party?
You know, celebrate everything.
Every day.
Everything. So that is an essential component, and I hope people are really listening, because we've said the word passion, giving back to the community, leaving a legacy, you know, volunteerism, community programs.
Yes.
That is how we as individuals, even through our own businesses, can have a huge impact.
Absolutely.
Leave a footprint of who we
it.
are, which is a part of our legacy. Yes. So I'm glad you used that term, because I use it a lot. It's like I said, it's the foundational framework of being a philanthropreneur. So I crown you a philanthropreneur.
I hereby dub you.
Oh, you watched that too? That other show?
Yes.
Okay.
I take it. Okay. Let's go back to work. Let's go back to work.
Okay. So your book is totally published now. They can get it.
Yes. It's on Amazon.
And your website is My Legal Best Friend. I love that.
Thank you.
Yes. You can easily remember My Legal Best Friend.
Yes.
You know, .com. I should say that, .com. And I know they'll find different articles and tips. That's how I, saw about
the contracts.
And then you have some tips on just starting a business, what you should think about. A lot of different material. They can find the book there. They can find you there. Yes. You will actually do a one-on-one consult just to see where they are.
Absolutely.
And all they have to do is go on your website and click, I want to do that.
Yes. Please call me. I'm here. I'm available for that. It's part of my philanthropy to the community. Not everyone is designed for business. I tell people that. And why would you say that? Because it's true.
And sometimes we have to be blunt.
Absolutely.
And I've told it to other people. You might not want to hear what I'm getting ready to say. You're not ready.
No, you're not.
And not to waste my time or your money. Go back to the drawing board and let's let you
talk about this.
rethink about what you're doing, and then come back and then we can sure we can help you get to the next level. And that's really what we're both trying to do.
And I think it also goes back to the legacy, because if not, your legacy is going to be one of failure. You're going to
Yep.
start something, you're not going to finish, or you're going to burn out, or your business will,
Yep.
will not exist in a couple of years. You've wasted time, you've wasted money. Now you're frustrated, and that is now the legacy that you have.
Yeah. So let's not leave a bad legacy.
No.
Let's build a strong legacy. We both have ways to help you do that. So
Absolutely.
let's make. I want you to tell the audience how to reach you. Give both the websites for the Las Vegas National Bar Association and your website one more time.
All right, so you can reach me at www.mylegalbestfriend.com, or you can always reach out to the Las Vegas National Bar Association, and that is lasvegasnba.org.
That is wonderful. Thank you for
Thank you
coming
so
on. And I hear you're
much.
going to be launching speaking engagements
Yes,
and all of
I'm
that.
doing speaking,
Okay.
and there's so many exciting things. There's the course coming out. I'm speaking more, traveling more.
Great, that's
so
wonderful.
many
So
great things.
I will have you back on in a few months just to
Yes.
see what's happening. Maybe right before the gala.
Let's do that.
Okay,
That
so
would be awesome.
Once again, if you want to find Augusta Massey Esq, please go to her website, mylegalbestfriend.com. And this has been the Wealthy Teacher Show with your host, Dr. Victoria Boyd. See you next time.